guys love pick-me girls. Now,
and then there's this pick-me girl type in my class.
I love those girls who are like, stop, don't look at me. I'm not like other girls, I'm natural. You're also a pick-me girl.
What even is a pick-me girl? If you asked 10 different people, you'd likely get 10 different answers. The phrase's definition is constantly changing, evolving, and expanding. It has become a catch-all term used for when a girl's doing something generally viewed as bad. But despite the differences in answers that you may get, there's one thing most can agree on, and it's that pick-me girls are girls who have internalized misogyny. So simply put, when someone calls a girl a pick-me, they're accusing her of doing something that puts down other women. And according to the University of Kansas, internalized misogyny is a form of internalized oppression. Internalized oppression stems from people being targeted and discriminated against over an extended period of time, causing them to cope with this discrimination by internalizing it, resulting in self-hate and hate towards people within their own group. We understand that these pick-me girls are products of their environment. They have internalized misogyny. But the people making these pick-me girl jokes don't intend to solve what they perceive to be a problem. Because if they did, they'd dig deeper. The self-proclaimed internet activists and feminists are the biggest perpetrators of these jokes. And if we're being honest here, it's more than just a joke. It's blatant shaming. And the fact that these people making the jokes are aware of this issue makes the situation so much worse. Not that I'm defending the act of women degrading women in any context, but are pick-me girls even as big as a problem as people are making them out to be? Don't get me wrong, it is an issue that should be addressed, albeit in a better manner than how it currently is, but is it deep enough for there to be content creators with thousands, some even having millions of followers, primarily because their content is centered around pick-me girls and degrading women in general? It's not a major issue. Most don't care too deeply, yet they make plenty of videos about it, because, well... Teens and young adults spend so much time on the internet, they often end up in echo chambers. They become blind to what they're saying, whereas in any other situation outside of the internet, they'd be looked at sideways for spewing such crazy opinions. I'm gonna say something crazy and controversial here, but I think that teens and young adults spend a bit too much time on the internet. I'm not alone in thinking that way. According to Paperclip Communications, 93% of teenagers and tweens would have a very difficult time giving up social media, and almost 80% of all Americans get most of their information from the internet. The combination of echo chambers and unchecked news sources creates a group of people with limited knowledge who are unwilling to question their stance on positions. Some girl could post a video that she thought was relatively harmless, and suddenly she has hundreds, perhaps even thousands of comments, video shares, hate-watching followers, and DMs all degrading her. People are now sending her death threats, and I know that may sound extreme, but anyone who has ever spent a decent amount of time on the internet knows that people have gotten doxxed and have their lives threatened for far much less. I was in a Discord server once and saw someone get their IP address sent to them because they said they didn't like Genshin Impact. My point being is that things on the internet can get out of hand very fast and very easily, so the content creators making fun of this girl is promoting hate. This is cyberbullying. That's all of this anti-pick-me girl stuff is. It's glorified cyberbullying because it's never been about actually addressing any issues or solving any problems. No one cared about misogyny. We've all seen it happen countless times, and no, it's not exclusive to TikTok or women. Maybe what we can take away from situations like these is to change our ways. People being ran off of the internet for their unintentional wrong ways and doings hasn't solved anything. And even from a completely objective standpoint, it's important to acknowledge that the way we're currently addressing this problem isn't beneficial towards anyone at all. Because if it was, the problem wouldn't persist.